And look at this, another Charmer. Wigglytuff, say hello to Razor Leaf. Complete farm down right here. And we reach the Moonblast. So you know what that means. Metachamp about to get sent to the moon and back. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Ox here with another video. If you're a returning subscriber like Eden Nael, thank you for the support. In today's video, we are taking a look at some battles in the Love Cup featuring a very fun team that is basically triple anti-charm. This team operates in an ABB style and consists of Rock Throw Magcargo in the lead, Ariados as the safe switch, and Vileplume as the closer. With a team like this, you are going to be very weak to both fire and psychic in the back, so the main idea is to lure out that Pokemon with the Ariados, at which point the Magcargo will come back in, which ideally will set up the opportunity for Vileplume to come back in and sweep the end game, preferably with shields. When we take a look at PvPoke, this team has a pretty decent rating overall. There are going to be a few issues that stand out. In particular, Wormadam Trash as well as the Slow family is going to be a little bit difficult to manage. However, one thing that will not be a problem whatsoever is going to be fairy types and charm users. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider leaving a like and a comment down below. It really helps the channel grow. And without any further ado, let's jump into the first battle right now. So this is a team that I had a lot of success with in the Love Cup. I think we won 22 out of 25 battles on the first day. And while it does focus on charm quite heavily, it also is balanced enough to deal with the rest of the meta for the most part. Some of the more difficult things you'll see is Wormadam Trash or Galarian Slowking. But right here we see Alomomola, which is a horrible lead. So we swap out into the Ariados and we do successfully lure out the opposing fire types. So we're just going to go straight Lunge right here, and they are running Incinerate. So we're not going to look to shield anything with our own Magcargo, just look to farm down with Rock Throw. And since we are debuffing their attack here with the Lunge, there's no need to feel threatened by a Rock Tomb, or in this case a Stone Edge, which would actually be a little bit more dangerous. So let's see if we can farm down here, and we are before they reach a move. Now the opponent is going to come back in with the Alomomola. We came in too quickly, didn't wait out our switch timer, which means that we do take a waterfall right here. But even worse, we're forced to throw this energy in order to wait out the switch timer a bit longer. We swap out into the Vileplume. That is an underleveled Aromatisse, but even if that was 1500 CP, it was going to get smacked down just like PSG losing 3-0 to Monaco in the French League. We're off to a 1-0 start here in the first set of battles. So coming back from a pretty hard counter team there in the last battle, because once we lured out the fire type, Vileplume was able to handle both Alomomola and the fairy type in the back. Right here we get a beautiful lead in the form of Talonflame. The opponent swaps out into Crustle, which is a little bit awkward, so I try catching the move onto the Ariados. This should be an X Scissor, but I decide to shield it up anyways in case it is the Rock Slide. And now we do outpace to the Cross Poison. Crustle is a little bit difficult to deal with, especially if it's in the lead, but as a safe switch there is a bit more play. Vileplume also has a pretty decent matchup against it, and right here the Talonflame comes back in. We'll just let the Ariados go down right here, and then come back in with the Magcargo. Look to farm down completely, and now we have a move ready to go. They come in with Electrode, so I'm going to look to throw this Rock Tomb right here, and then we could just swap out into the Vileplume. Once the switch timer is up, Vileplume of course does resist the electric type moves, so the opponent decides to back out. Off to a 2-0 start here in this first set of battles. So let's jump into battle number 3. So far so good with this team. We got Magcargo into Crustle. We were just speaking about this in the last battle, so going to stay in here with the Magcargo. You can see we are doing more damage, but those smackdowns are still hurting quite a bit. And we're going to shield up right here. Probably look to swap out into the Ariados because we are not yet at the move, and they come in with Electrode, so this is actually a pretty decent matchup right here. We don't have a move ready on Magcargo, but we are very close, so I throw the Lunge there to lower the attack. Going to go for the Cross Poison here, and now even if they do go for the Hyper Beam, we'll just let this move go through, and we'll see if it is in fact the beam or just a foul play discharge. It is in fact discharge. We are going to look to completely farm down, able to do it. Crustle is going to come back in. We're just going to throw the Lunge here, lower the attack coming from these smackdowns, and then while it takes us out, Magcargo will come back in. We'll probably look to farm down completely here, shield up this move, commit to the farm down, and then swap out into the Vileplume. Throw the Rock Tomb first though, because they cannot reset their defense, and oh my goodness, it is a Wigglytuff. So Rock Tomb coming through, swap out into the Vileplume. They don't want the smoke. They already know what's going to happen right there. Charm does not want to see the big blue monster with that little red hat on the top. 3-0. Let's hop into the next one. And we have a beautiful lead right here. Magcargo into Ariados. But this is a game we threw, so I'll try to explain. Opponent swaps out to Electrode. I should be instantly swapping out into either Ariados or the Vileplume. It doesn't matter which one, but you need to swap out here. No reason to take damage on the Magcargo and let the switch timers become desynced, especially if you're coming in with Vileplume, because you're going to farm this thing down very, very quickly, and it is going to allow the opponent the opportunity to potentially desync the switch timers. So now they're going to take out the Vileplume right here, and we're going to come back in with Magcargo. But if there's too much time left on the switch timer and they could swap out before us, that's going to be bad. So technically, I should have swapped out earlier to try and do as much damage to Ariados as possible, considering the situation. They have a Lomomola in the back. We still can't swap out even after throwing the move, which means they farm us down. And now we have absolutely zero answer left for the Ariados in the back. So what are we going to do here? Basically, we just lose. This game was definitely winnable. I mean, it's a game we definitely should have won because we kind of hard countered their team, but some very poor decisions on our part means that we are going to lose this game. Very well played by the opponent. And this is definitely one of those games that you wish you could redo because we played it absolutely horrendously. And we're taking the loss as a result of those poor decisions. So right here we have the Ariados mirror match. I'm just going straight cross poison. And ideally I'm looking for the attack boost, which we do end up getting. And right here, I think I need to commit to the complete farm down to have any chance of winning this game. But I end up not doing that, which is a mistake. Even if they reach the move, that's my only win con. I need to go for the farm down here and then just hope that a boosted attack could knock out the Alomomola from this range. Probably not, but that was the only win con. And even realizing the only win con we had left, we did not go for it. So in other words, playing like Harry Maguire on defense, throwing games, that's what we do best on this channel. Magcargo into Metacham. This is an awful lead to see. So we're going to swap out into the Ariados. And the opponent comes in with a Lickitung. So this is definitely a situation where we could take switch advantage. And that is what we are going to try to do. So I go for the Lunge first. Not going to shield up this body slam right here. We should be able to win in the zero shields in most situations. So I'm going to go for a Lunge once again. And then from this point, I think I will start going straight cross poison. So the opponent not shielding yet. We do reach the cross poison. Let's see if they want to shield this one. They do not. We should be able to survive this body slam. And then I will try to commit to the farm down. If they reach another move, we will shield. But we are able to commit to the farm down. And we have a Lunge ready to go against whatever comes back in. I'm just going to throw the move blindly here, and it is a Talonflame, so they're going to swap out. This is not a big deal because obviously at this point now we do have Magcargo here, and that's going to force them to swap out into the Metacham, at which point Vileplume with 2 shields should be able to just Razor Leaf down here. And with Rock Throw on Magcargo, we don't really need any shields for the Talonflame, so we should be perfectly fine right here. Do shield up the Psychic, going to commit to the farm down here. And since they're so low at this point, we actually don't need to shield here. We could just farm down with Magcargo, but they go for the bait, and that means they're getting farmed down instead. And Vileplume going for the Sludge Bomb. This would be overkill on the Talonflame, but the opponent doesn't want to get 2 shield flexed on. So they are going to farm us down. Doesn't matter if they have 1000 energy, Magcargo going to close out the game. And we pull off the 4-1 set. Could have very easily been a 5-0 if we didn't Harry Maguire that 4th game, but it is what it is. Games like that do happen in GBL. We're human, we're going to make mistakes. 4-1, we'll take it. Let's hop into set number 2 and see if we could keep up this momentum. So jumping into the second set of battles, a very good start there in set number 1. And we're going to be leading Rock Throw Magcargo once again, this time being met by an opposing Magcargo. So if they're running Incinerate, this is very good. If they're running Rock Throw, it's a little bit awkward because we can't really swap out here. So we're forced to stay in and just hope this is the only Pokemon we need our own Magcargo for. Notice we did get into the red first because we have horrible IVs, and the opponent, realizing they'll probably lose CMP, swaps out, but that's a Clefable. And here comes Vileplume, looking to farm down completely, able to do it. Even Magcargo is not going to appreciate these Razor Leafs at this point, so they come back in. We're going to shield this up, commit to the farm down, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be double charm. And wouldn't you know, double charm in the back. Here comes the Sludge Bomb, and the opponent is going to shield this up, and they're probably thinking, okay, there's a Vileplume, they showed Magcargo, no way they have a third Pokemon that destroys charm. Yes, we do. Ariados comes in, going for the cross poison. This opponent is catching the absolute work here. Double charm, doesn't want the smoke, gonna back out of that match, and we take the first game of set number 2. Double charm, you love to see it, especially with a double poison team like this. Magcargo into Lycanroc, another very challenging lead right here. So we're gonna swap out into the Ariados. This isn't a great matchup, but at least they're running counter, so there is some play here. We definitely need to shield though. That happens to be a Psychic Fang, so I'm just going straight for the Lunge right here. Lycanroc is actually very glassy, so this should do quite a bit of damage right here. They are going to shield, and I'm going to be able to outpace to this second Lunge. This is going to lower the attack once more. And I think from here we could just safely go for the cross poisons. And CMP tie here, unfortunate. Probably going to shield here. No, we're going to let it go through. Huge call. Go for the cross poison. This should take out the Lycanroc, but they actually decide to double shield. So I'm actually going to match the shields here as well and hope to outpace to this next move, which we are able to do. So Ariados actually winning here in the 2 shields against Lycanroc, which is very nice for us, and we get the attack boost. They bring in a Lomomola and instantly leave the match. It's like they knew we had a Vileplume in the back. They didn't want the smoke. 2-0 heading into the next battle. We got Magcargo into Druddigon, so another very challenging lead right here, but it is a little bit better with the Rock Throw. And actually, it's probably a winning matchup if we want to use shields, so you can make the argument to stay in this matchup. Instead, I decide to tank a move and then swap out into the Ariados, because if they do have a fire type, I need to preserve the Magcargo. So gonna come in here, throw this Lunge, which is going to go unshielded, and we end up knocking out the Druddigon. They bring in their own Ariados, so this is looking very good right now. And the best part about this matchup is that it takes quite a bit of time. So our switch timers should once again become aligned after the reset. Going to go for the Lunge right here. The opponent does shield that up, which is obviously very nice to see. We're not going to shield anything right here, and then just look to come back in with the Magcargo. Our switch timer should be back to normal now. Yes, it is. So we'll let the Ariados go down here, come in with Magcargo, and if they swap out, we're going to bring in the Vileplume. So things are looking very good right here. Here comes the Clefable, and here comes the Vileplume. Oh my goodness. Watch this farm down. Clefable can't even reach a move. Absolutely destroyed. Gonna get to this Sludge Bomb right here. And this should do a decent chunk still to the Ariados. That's a lot of damage for a resisted move. They're going to take us out right here with the cross poison, and Magcargo is going to put this little spider out of its misery with the Rock Throw farm down. Another win right here for the big slug. When the opponents bring a lot of charm, you got to bring your own heavy damage with that Razor Leaf Rock Throw combo. Let's hop into the next one. We got Soul Rock right here, which could run either Confusion or Rock Throw. They're running Rock Throw, so I swap out into Ariados, which isn't a good matchup either with Rock Throw or Confusion, but I kind of need to swap out here, go for the Lunge. They're going to shield it up and actually swap out into Clefable. So at this point, I'm assuming they're probably running Double Charm as well. We go for the Cross Poison. We're going to outpace to the next move, which is either going to force the second shield or knock out Clefable and take Switch. They decide to double shield, so not great, but we have a 2 shield advantage. Almost gets that cross poison as well. Not able to do it. Magcargo comes in. I am going to shield here just to preserve some HP on the Magcargo because Rock Throws from Soul Rock are going to hurt. And I'm pretty sure they have another Charmer in the back. So we'll probably shield this up right here. Could be a Rock Slide. And if they swap out, which they do, we're going to bring in the Vileplume and just look to close out this game right here. Oh my goodness. Double Charm once again. Look at that farm down. Soul Rock going to come back in. The opponent doesn't want the damn smoke. We're going to keep destroying these double charm teams here with the triple anti-charm team. You love to see it. Magcargo into Metacham. I think we've lost every single lead so far in this video, but we are still 3-0. Opponent brings Seaking into Ariados, which once again is an opportunity for us to take switch advantage. So we go for the Lunge right here, going to be lowering that attack. I'm going to throw the Cross Poison before they get off a move right here, and I am pretty convinced they're going to throw Icy Wind. Even if it is a drill run, it's not going to KO, so we let it go through, and it is in fact the Icy Wind. We did get the attack boost though with the Cross Poison, so it balances out after the Icy Wind. Going for the Cross Poison once again, huge damage, able to farm down, and Metacham comes back in. They're going to throw a move. This looks like it's only a power-up punch, so no shield right here. Going to throw the Lunge, and at this point, things are looking very, very good for us. Lunge comes through, is going to force the second shield from the opponent, and when you leave Vileplume with 2 shields, it's pretty good against most things, minus the fire types, confusion users probably, but they probably don't have one of those. It's probably going to be another Charmer because that seems to be the theme at this point. We're going to come in with the Vileplume, shield this up in case it is the Psychic, commit to the farm down, they bait us, and look at this, another Charmer, Wigglytuff, say hello to Razor Leaf, complete farm down right here, and we reach the Moonblast. So you know what that means. Metacham about to get sent to the moon and back. Bang! There it is. Metacham getting destroyed. Shadow Vileplume exerting dominance in that matchup right there. We end up getting a perfect 5-0 set with this triple anti-charm team. So I believe that was actually the final set of battles before we reached rank 20 for this season. So you know the spice is going to continue. This team was a little bit more meta than some of the ones we featured on the channel recently, but as we get higher in rank, the opponent's teams are also getting a lot more meta and try hard, so that doesn't really matter to me. I'm still going to run spice even if I'm going up against only meta teams, because that's what I want to do for season 11. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a comment down below, and if you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing.